In a study on Matthew 21, all the way from beginning to verse 17, it says, as they approached Jerusalem, it's about the triumphant entry and Jesus in the temple. As they approached Jerusalem and came to Bethphage of the Mount of Olives, Jesus sent two disciples, saying, "Go to the village and pick up this donkey that's there. If anyone asks you, you tell them the Lord needs him. Remember, God owns everything. You have to put that in mind. He can do what he wants, and he's God. To use the donkeys to go into Jerusalem. This took place to fulfill the spoken through the prophet." Again, the New Testament was based on prophets, and this was all done, these things, to fulfill the prophecies of Christ. "Say to the daughter of Zion, see, your king, Jesus Christ, comes to you into Jerusalem, gentle and riding on a donkey, on a colt, and on a foal, the foal of a donkey." The disciples went and did as Jesus said. They brought the donkey and the colt to the place, and they put their cloaks on it, and Jesus sat on it. And with a large crowd they spread their cloaks on the road, and others used branches to sit. The crowds were ahead of him, of Jesus, and then they followed, shouting, and it's quoting, again, to quote scripture, "Hosanna to the Son of David, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, Hosanna in the highest." When Jesus entered Jerusalem, the whole city was stirred. "Who is this?" The crowds answered. I need to go quick. I'm glossing. This is Jesus, the prophet of Nazareth, Jesus at the temple. And they said, "This is Jesus of Nazareth." And that's when he rode into Jerusalem on the donkey to fulfill the prophecy. Now Jesus at the temple. Jesus entered the temple area and drove out all that were buying there, selling. He overturned the tables and the money changers and the benches of those selling doves. He said, "It is written," he said to them, "My house will be called a house of prayer, but you are making it a den of thieves," he quotes, and again, to fulfill scripture. And today, if you hit somebody with a table, it could cause aggravated assault, on, whatever, but he's God. You know what I mean? "The blind and the lame came to him in the temple, and he healed them. But when the chief priests saw the wonderful things he did, they're shouting at the temple." Again, Hosanna, quoting the Old Testament, what's to come. "Hosanna to the Son of David." They were indignant. The Pharisees, "Do you hear what these children are saying?" They asked Jesus. He said, "Yes." Jesus replied, "Have you never heard?" And get close to scripture again, New Testament based on the law and the prophets, the Ten Commandments, really, and not the Old Testament law, and the prophets to fulfill. And he quotes again, from the lips of children and infants you have ordained praise, right? To fulfill when Christ came into Jerusalem. That was all that. And 17, and Jesus left them and went out of the city to Bethany, where he spent the night. Okay, but